and welcome to Bhavna's kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a few ways how to make baked falafel. Falafel is one of my favorite these days and I prepare almost every week, and I do not want to fry them, but I always prefer to bake them. To prepare falafel, traditionally fava beans are used. And fava beans kind of little hard to find sometimes, so most of the people end up using chickpeas, but I normally prefer to mix fava beans with chickpeas. Take 1.5 cups of fava beans. If you cannot find fava beans, you can make falafel only with chickpea or garbanzo beans known as, and I'm taking half cup of chickpeas. Be sure to pick any stone or anything into the beans. Wash beans really well until water runs clear. To soften the beans really well, I prefer to add about half teaspoon of baking soda while soaking the beans. Cover and soak at least 6 to 8 hours or an overnight, but I prefer to soak about 24 hours if possible. During my Antarctica trip, our group was craving for falafel sandwiches, and the chef agreed to make falafel for us, but he said he doesn't have chickpeas. So we just, said that okay, just make with whatever you have, and to our surprise, the falafel were the best falafel ever. What he used was just the brown lentils with skin, and the falafel turned out so crispy, little soft inside, and the perfect texture. That's the kind of falafel I love to make. So sometimes I also add those brown lentils in my falafel as well. But let's keep it simple today. So if you have only chickpeas, make with only chickpeas. If you have fava beans, mix fava beans with some lentils as well. Another reason I love using brown lentil is that it requires less soaking time, and you can combine brown lentil with chickpeas as well. So it's really up to you how you want to prepare your falafel balls. So totally your choice. So I already soaked beans last night and I have them ready. After about an overnight or after about 24 hours, you will see that beans get swollen almost double in size. Drain out and discard the water used for soaking, and rinse beans with fresh water. When the beans are well drained, add into the food processor. Here I have roughly chopped onion, garlic, and green chili. I like my falafel spicy, so I'm adding green chili as well, along with some other hot spices. And the color of my falafel needs to be green. So here I have some parsley and some coriander leaves. Other herbs like dill, even chives, spring onion, any green thing you can find like that is tasty, actually I would say that. So I'm just going to roughly tear apart parsley and coriander leaves. As I tear apart parsley, the aroma is so amazing here. Then here I have cayenne pepper. Paprika powder can be used. Cumin and coriander powder. Black pepper and salt. as per your taste. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. Initially pulse and then blend to prepare the coarse texture of this falafel mix. If you have trouble blending, add just a little bit of water, just sprinkle, because if the mixture is too dry, it won't get to the desired texture. So I'm going to keep blending. And prepare the mixture like this and check if you can make the balls. And if you find it a little soft, chickpea flour can be added, but this is how I like, since I'm going to bake and not fry. I'm going to take out the mixture into the container and refrigerate for about 2-3 hours, or depending on the timing you have available. So this mixture can be prepared day ahead as well. Cover and refrigerate for a couple of hours. After about 2 hours, take out the amount that you want to prepare the falafel. I'm going to prepare falafel for about 4 people only. So I'm going to take this much of amount first. Now, before I start making the balls, I'm going to add baking powder into this mixture. See? Since I'm going to bake and not deep fry, I prefer to add baking powder for that airy, fluffy falafel and not the dense falafel. And start forming into the ball. So I use this 1 tablespoon ice cream scoop. It's very helpful to prepare the balls quickly and with a uniform size. So just form into the ball like this, and I'm going to start arranging into the air fryer basket. If you do not have air fryer, I'm going to show another option just in a minute. You can bake into the oven even, or you can cook on the stove top into the pan. So there are several options. So now there are a few ways you can bake falafel. You can use oven, air fryer, or if you have the pan like this. So anyhow you prefer to bake your falafel, you can. If you do not have any of these options, just simply fry them or even shallow fry. So there are several ways to cook falafel. Next, apply oil on each falafel using the brush, or you can spray oil. And I prefer to use peanut oil. Peanut oil is the best when it comes to frying anything, though I'm not frying. I'm air frying actually, but I still prefer to use peanut oil. Alright, and ready to go into the air fryer. Set the temperature at 375 or 380 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes and start. Now I'm going to show you second option. Here I have this pan which is used for pancakes and some other Indian cooking. So if you have one, you can use, or else just use the regular pan to bake, but this helps to bake the balls evenly. If you're using regular pan, just flatten out the balls and then shallow fry. So I'm going to turn on the stove on a low to medium. Yes, we need to cook on a low to medium. So in each mold, I'm going to add 2 drops of oil and start arranging the balls. Drizzle a little bit more oil on the top. And now cover and let it cook on a low to medium and flip in between. Show you how the air fried falafel looks like. Look at them. Perfectly baked falafel into the air fryer. Don't they look like just fried falafel? Ready to take out into the serving plate. Look at them. They don't stick to the pan. Amazing looking falafel with very minimum oil. Let's check. It's been only like about 2-3 minutes, but let me show you how they look like on the other side. I don't let it bake them completely on the first side. I rather prefer to flip them while they are just slightly done and then flip again to fully bake them until they're nice and brown. So I prefer to flip a couple of times to achieve that kind of a fried texture. I'm holding the spoon and trying to flip here. So as you can see, they're like light brown color, and some of them are like just slightly cooked. So now I'm going to keep cooking, keep flipping, but look at the awesome texture of falafel. Again, cover and be sure to keep the temperature on the low to medium. I have actually close to low. Let's check the falafel. I have been flipping them all sides, as you can see, like so. So this is the last side that I'm cooking. Sometimes it's kind of hard to cook on the sides of the falafel in this kind of pan. That's why I prefer air fryer, because it fries everything evenly, all sides at once. But if you are making just for a couple of people, this is also a good option. So as you can see, they look amazing, and I have already turned off the stove now. Since the pan is still hot, it's going to continue cooking falafel. Alright friends, here is my last batch going in. This batch is a bit of crowded, as you can see, but I don't see any problem. So I'm just going to go ahead and air fry my last batch. Alright friends, my last batch is done as well. Look at all these falafels. So I have the big batch of falafel ready. Alright, so I'm done making all my falafel. Look at the inside of falafel. These falafel freeze really well for up to 3 months or refrigerate for up to a week. Alright, so here I have falafel ready. Don't they just look like fried falafel? But they are not. And now let's prepare the vegetables and some other stuff. In a mixing bowl or a plate, take onion, colorful peppers, cucumber, tomato, basil, just roughly tear apart, spring onion if available, garlic and chili. Now if you are not a fan of raw garlic, you can just saute garlic in oil or butter and then use in recipe. But trust me, once you try this falafel recipe with hot chilies and garlic, it's gonna totally change the flavor and the way you have been eating. So I'm going to add chili and garlic because I want spicy falafel. Lettuce, salt and pepper, olive, creamy ranch, vegan ranch can be used, and cheese. mix it all really well. Your choice of vegetables can be added, but my favorites are cucumber and tomato. Those are the two vegetables must in falafel. I'm already hungry. My stomach is growling. Our vegetable salad is ready. Here I have tahini sauce. To prepare tahini sauce, just blend or whip a tablespoon of tahini paste with garlic and lemon or vinegar. Here I have about a cup of hummus. Your choice of flavored hummus can be used. Take one pita bread and spread hummus on it. Add prepared vegetable salad. Place falafel and drizzle tahini sauce, and our pita sandwich is ready to serve. Next, for pita pocket, cut pita into half and open to make a pocket. Spread hummus. I love to spread good amount of hummus. By the way, if you want hummus recipe, keep watching this video till the end. Hummus makes a huge difference. Add vegetable salad and place falafel on top. So here we have falafel pocket sandwich ready. Usually in the restaurants or anywhere you go and when you buy falafel, they serve with the whole falafel. And I have a little different way of serving actually. I want the bite of falafel in each and every bite of my sandwich. So what I normally do, I simply crumble the falafel into the vegetables and then stuff this whole mixture into the pita bread, and that's the way you want to eat, so you get flavors bursting, all the flavors actually in your each and every bite. Pita bread can be baked on stovetop if you do not have oven. For my sandwich, I like to crumble the falafel. Ooh, they're still a little bit hot. And then just mix and ready to stuff in my pocket. My mouth is watering. Amazing aroma here. Love, love, love it. If desired, you can sprinkle more cheese on top, but this is just perfect for me. Look at that. Do try out making falafel the way I have shared today, and I'm absolutely sure you will fall in love with it. Today I'm making very basic simple hummus recipe. The recipe is very easy and simple but can rock the party. So let's get started. Take 1 cup of dry chickpeas. Wash chickpeas really well. And I'm going to boil chickpeas into the electric pressure cooker. Stovetop pressure cooker can be used as well. Add washed chickpeas into the inner pot of the electric pressure cooker. Salt. And for 1 cup of chickpeas, I'm going to add 2 cups of water. The manual suggests way too much water, so I have my own measurement, and I'm going to set the pressure cooker to 40 minutes. Alright, let's check the chickpeas. Allow the pressure to release naturally, so the chickpeas are nice and soft, well boiled chickpeas. Check with the fork. And look at this, and the cracks itself shows me that they are perfectly boiled chickpeas. Carefully drain them out. Now to prepare the hummus, I'm going to take 2 cups of boiled chickpeas. Now if desired, you can remove the skins of the chickpeas to make super silky smooth hummus. Sometimes I remove the skin, sometimes I don't if I'm in a hurry. Some kids are really good at doing this job, like so. Alright. Another key ingredient for making perfect hummus is tahini paste or tahini sauce. Tahini paste is basically the paste of sesame seeds, very healthy, nutritious tahini paste. It adds amazing nuttier flavor to the hummus. And now it's time to prepare the hummus. Into the food processor cup, add boiled chickpeas, next tahini paste, and I love the taste of tahini paste, but you can add as per your preference, a little bit more or less. Few cloves of garlic, salt. Here I have giant lemon, squeeze right into the food processor cup. Wow, very juicy. Alright, and ready to blend. Let's check. Let me show you how smooth it is already. But now add olive oil to make it more smooth. And whip one more time. And the hummus is ready. Now as you can see, it looks smooth, silky, little bit after adding olive oil. Ready to take out into the serving bowl. Smells so good here. Using the back of the spoon, spread in a little bit of style, like so. Drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the top as well. For the decoration, and just to give a hint what is this hummus made out of, I love to throw some boiled chickpeas on the top. For some heat, I love to add crushed red pepper. You can sprinkle paprika for a little bit of color as well. So the crushed red pepper flakes. And now the hummus is ready to serve. Hummus is served best with pita. You can make the fresh pita bread at home. I have already shared the video, or you can just get the store-bought pita bread. And another thing, I love to serve this hummus with some vegetables, finely chopped vegetables like onion, tomato, cucumber, olives, and sometimes feta cheese as well. So take the pita bread. You can actually literally spread the hummus all over the pita, and then like top it up with olives, cucumber, tomato, onion, and into the mouth. Nothing can beat this appetizer. And today I'm making pita bread. Looks gorgeous. Enjoy my pita bread making video in my old kitchen. This is the 1.5 cups of plain flour, and this is the 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. You can see the difference. This looks really white and this is a little bit of brown. Okay, and here I have 1.5 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar. It helps to activate yeast very well. Here is the yeast. Right into the dry ingredients. You don't have to dissolve with water when you use a rapid rise yeast. So it's really quick and easy. Give it a mix, a good mix to all dry ingredients. Put this on the side. When you make anything at home, you have more options to add flavors or however you want to prepare, you can prepare. For this pita plate, you can even make with the flavors. You can make onion flavor, garlic flavor, any flavor that you like, you can make with flavors. So that's even more fun. Here I have little bit less than 2/3 cup of warm water. You should be able to dip your finger into the water. That's how you need it. If it hurts, then this water is too hot. You need just a lukewarm. And into this lukewarm water, I'm going to add about 5 to 6 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just going to eyeball here. Alright, make some nice pita bread. Give it a good mix here as well. It's not going to get mixed anyway, but just to make it easier, now I'm going to knead this dough by adding little amount at a time. And I'm going to knead the soft dough. So you can see that it's quickly formed into the dough, and this dough is sticky right now, and which is perfect. That's normal because wheat flour is very sticky, whole wheat flour, so don't worry about it. And what I'm going to do now, onto the counter here, I'm going to dust dry flour, and I'm going to bring down this onto the counter. Make sure the counter is clean, and now take a little bit more flour, and now it comes the kneading part. Knead your dough as much as possible, about 2 to 3 minutes to get the good result. Lightly in the beginning, and more you knead, smoother it will be. So take as much flour as you need and make stretchy, elastic dough. You can see that it's already getting smooth here. Look at this. Now when the dough is like this, take a little bit of olive oil into your palm, and just a little bit on the dough and into the bowl. So just lightly coat bowl with the oil. Okay, and you can see that dough is nice. So this is how we want the dough. So this is how we want the dough. Now this is ready to go into this bowl again. Put it like this. Cover it and let it rise about half an hour or till it gets double in a quantity. I noticed one thing, that when I use a wheat flour, it takes a little bit longer to rise than when you use only plain flour. So if you are using only plain flour, then it will rise, it will get double in about 15-20 minutes only. But I usually keep half an hour or till it gets a double in a quantity. The dough has been resting for about more than even half an hour now, and I can see from the outside even that it has risen nice here. I'm also ready to roll now, and I have here the baking tray. Now even after rolling, you can allow it to rise a little bit. It won't rise, it won't get double, but if you have a time, you can allow it to rise a little bit and then put it into the oven. And I have already preheated my oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and it takes only about 6 to 8 minutes, sometimes even less than, but when you use whole wheat flour, it takes a little bit longer than when you use only plain flour. When you use only plain flour, it takes about 4 to 6 minutes only. In this case, we are going to keep close eye on it. It takes about 6 to 8 minutes. So when you open up the bowl, you can see that we had only little bit of a dough, and now it looks double. Take just a little bit of oil again into your hand. Just a little bit should be enough. And then again punch down this dough very well. And now I'm going to take a little bit bigger than a golf size of ball. And here I'm going to take a dry flour as well for the dusting. It depends how big you want to make your pita bread. And just a couple of times roll using your palm and then flatten it out a little bit. And then here I have the rolling pin and the rolling board. I'm going to sprinkle some flour, again some flour on the top, and then roll about a 1/4 inch thick, or it's really up to you. And I like a small sizes. I'm rolling even a little bit less than a 1/4 inch. And this is the perfect size. You might want to make it small pita bread, and then line up onto the baking tray. And onto the baking tray, even just to sprinkle dry flour and place onto the tray. And I'm going to roll all the pita bread. The oven is ready, and here I have also rolled 4 pita bread. I have still more to go, but I'm just going to do right now 4. And onto the middle rack. And as I said, when you pass about 4-5 minutes, pause on. Let me show you how they puff up. They puff like a pillow, and that's, as I said earlier, that's a fun part for kids. Today I'm missing my kids because they are not around me today. Let me show you quickly. Just I'm going to open it and close it again. You can see that. So look at them. The pita breads are ready to come out, and you can see that all of them hands become like a pillow. Looks gorgeous. This pita bread, the one that puffs up nice, are perfect for making even pita pocket. Tastes much more better than store-bought pita bread. So it's worth making pita bread at home. And it's, as you already saw, that it's pretty easy to make and quick even. So this was all about pita bread. Alright friends, so I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please do like and comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new recipe videos every week. You can download Bhavna's Kitchen app totally free on your iOS, Android and many other mobile devices. You can watch me on a big TV screen using Roku, Amazon Fire or YouTube app itself. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Pinterest. Bhavna's Kitchen is everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another great recipe.